The 2015 ITM Cup is proudly brought to you by the Tui Brewery.
Saturday afternoon rugby at Eden Park, and it's always one of the big clashes of the season. It's Auckland against Canterbury. 97th clash between these stronghold unions, and a match this afternoon featuring not only important points in the premiership, but some important game time for a bunch of All Black hopefuls. Both teams going in unbeaten after 2 matches. Canterbury with 2 wins so far and a couple of points ahead in second place. Minimal changes made by coach Scott Robertson for this one. Interesting again to see Joe Moody at tight head prop. Recent All Blacks Don Bird, Matt Todd and Luke Whitelock fill out the pack. Tom Taylor and Ryan Crotty pairing up in midfield. Both of those also clinging on to their All Black hopes. Well, Cameron McIntyre, the veteran back in Canterbury after a long spell overseas, is at fullback. Well, Craig Dowd joins me in the commentary box this afternoon. Craig, I know this was always one of the big ones in your playing days.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone, and happy birthday, Tony Johnson. Well, it's always been, there's no love lost between Canterbury and Auckland, let's face it. And last year, Auckland went down to Canterbury with a scoreline well over 40 points. So they'll be hurting from that, and they'll want to get that right this time round, I'm sure. So Auckland have ringed 5 changes, some of that rotation. Charlie Faumuina, I suppose that's where everyone will be watching for the next 80 minutes to see how he goes, whether he can book himself a flight to the World Cup. And, of course, Awani at number 8, he's someone to watch. And, of course, Rieko Awani, his younger brother, moves into 13 for the first time. Bryce Heem comes off from a break. And Charles Piatel, he's another one to keep an eye on this week because he's got 40 minutes to prove himself.
Well, already had a women's match played here this afternoon. Willie Losse doing a double shift today, and Willie, conditions pretty good.
Yeah, happy birthday to you again, Tony. And conditions are good. It's cloudy, but there is a breeze that's actually going across the field. Canterbury have won the toss, and so Auckland will kick off, and they will play left to right, as you said, at home.
Well, Auckland defending a very good record here at Eden Park in recent seasons. Canterbury haven't actually won at the stadium since World Cup year back in 2011. They're 2 from 2 so far, although they had to work very hard for the points against Counties Manukau last weekend. In the end, they came away with a narrow win. Luke Whitelock captaining the side this afternoon. It's always a big challenge for any team coming to Eden Park. And such a great rivalry going down over the years between these two provinces. 44th time they've met at championship level. And although Auckland lead overall in games between the unions, it's Canterbury who've won the more games in championship rugby. But as well as teams, we're looking at individuals today. And Ryan Crotty, he's really one of those players right on the cusp of All Black selection, a man who very rarely makes any sort of mistakes on the rugby field. He's at the centre of a pretty fascinating Canterbury backline. Players large and small, young, not so young. Matt Todd, who, well, he'd be an outside bet, wouldn't he? But he's one of those players who will certainly, if he's not going to the World Cup, he'll be on standby. Auckland with a win and a draw so far. Very good result last time out against the defending champs Taranaki. As Craig Dowd said, 5 changes to that starting 15. Led out by Simon Hickey, not playing with his brother this afternoon at halfback. It's that interesting change at halfback. And a big day for Charlie Faumuina, who's come back from neck surgery, was held up by a training accident. They'll be looking to get at least 40 minutes out of him today, and then it'll be down to the All Black selectors whether they consider he's fit enough to go to the World Cup. Charles Piatel, well, what an amazing contest it is. We think probably for 4 wing stroke fullback positions in that All Black squad. He looks up for it, doesn't he? Big smile on his face. Tremendous player. Can he seal his place in the All Black World Cup squad? Someone who's also bound for the World Cup is a referee for this afternoon's match, Chris Pollock. So excellent conditions for this match, and nice moment too for a young fellow from the College Rifles Club. Harry Lias, just 6 years of age, gets to bring the ball out at Eden Park. His first moment in the spotlight. Looks like he's enjoyed the moment, running off faster than he ran on.
First mistake of the day.
Whoop. Got back up again and kept going. That's the main thing.
As you do. You get back to your feet, don't you?
So it'll be Auckland to kick off. Always a match to look forward to. Auckland against Canterbury, and we're set to go here at Eden Park. So Lalangi Visinia it is who gets the ball high down to the 22 and taken down by Reed Prinsep. Canterbury's blindside flanker there for Drummond at halfback. Early carry for Dominic Bird. Carpigan to make the tackle. And back it goes for Richie Moonga to put the ball into touch. And a nice clearance too from Richie Moonga. It'll be a line out just on the Auckland side of halfway.
What was it about?
Yeah, nice clean start from both sides. Canterbury managing to clear the onslaught from Auckland, but very good start from both teams.
So Greg Pleasance-Tate and hooker for Auckland. And well, snatched away initially by Canterbury, but they've lost it. I think it was Dunshee that went up, but a good strong run from George Moala, who's having a tremendous year. Hickey moves it on. Here's Ioane. This is Akira Ioane. Eugenio, away it goes for Auckland to hit it up again. Well, starting to get a bit of a flow on in the early stages. Moala this time swings it wide. Here's Rico Ioane with the fend on Tom Taylor. McIntyre had to come in and make the tackle at the second attempt, but Canterbury onto the defensive as Auckland come at them. Hickey moving it on again. Piatau, first touch for him. He's driven back. Good tackle made by Bird. Now Falmoina clattering in. And there it is. The little Japanese halfback away to Hickey. He now into the back line. Moala, who will always threaten that defence. 9 phases in building here, Auckland. Pleasance-Tate getting good phase ball, Auckland. Now Hickey decides to have a little dab. Falmoina there to help. They pop it up for Michael Fatialofa. Now Akira Ioane always takes a couple to bring him down. Well, it goes again. Hickey, but well, rather snatching at it was Ioane. Todd tried to kick it away downfield. Now come back for the scrum. Well, they went 13, 14 phases there, Craig. Canterbury managing to hold out.
Well, Canterbury defence was really tested there. We saw the Ioane brothers and George Moala feature that many times. What Auckland have in this young side are they've got some line breakers, players that aren't prepared to take on the line. Here we see George Moala making that first break. Ball in hand. He will be someone they'll need to contain today.
And there's the mistake. It was a little high, the pass. So we'll have a scrum.
Well, this will be Charlie Falmoina's first scrum, and I'm sure all eyes, Mike Cron, the All Black forward coach, will be watching this very, very closely. We'll need a big day at the office today.
Well, he's up against Daniel Leonard Brown.
Joe.
Yes, I think the feeling is that as long as Falmoina is over that neck injury, then they're going to want to take him to the World Cup. But he is one of those players who needs regular rugby. Big man.
Every player needs to be playing regularly, especially the tight forwards. You don't just stride to probably 3 games into it. But, I mean, what he'll be feeling, obviously, is he wants to get out there and prove his worth like every other All Black that wants to be named tomorrow night.
Yes, we look forward to that announcement. 6:30 on Sunday.
Boys, we could have a great game of footy here this afternoon if we get this right, eh? So how about you guys cooperate?
But talking to there from Chris Pollock. So,
and of course, Daniel Leonard-Brown, he's no slouch. He's a young prop coming through. He's someone to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
He's not going to back down to Charlie Faumuina. He doesn't care who he is.
Crouch! Bind! Sit!
well, it usually gives them a couple of goes, and if it goes down the third time, there's a penalty.
Yep, Chris Pollock got that right. If you just watch that closely, you'll see Charlie Faumuina just tuck his shoulder,
This is the issue.
which rolled in and forced Leonard-Brown's head to the ground.
So Moonga kicks away. I'll have another look at that again. Craig Dowd, former All Black prop, take you through it.
If you just keep eye on his right shoulder, he'll just drop it and roll the arm there. And as he drives in, of course, that collapses the scrum.
So line out right on halfway. There's Bird. And, it was Dunshee who took it down, the young lock, 19 years of age. Johnny McNichol out on the right wing for Canterbury. Auckland swarm on him. Now Moonga looked like he was going to kick, but he passed, and a bit of space here for Patrick Osborne. Moonga got after it, and coming across, Bryce Heem tracking over from the right wing, hacked it away into touch, but just a first glimpse there of the danger of Patrick Osborne.
Yeah, it's just a bit of space, isn't it? This is what you don't want to give this guy. He's a dangerous player. Of course, nice little clever kick through, but Bryce Heem just coming across, sweeping, saving the day for Auckland.
Yeah, that's a great clash on this near side of the field. Osborne against Bryce Heem. Here's Ben Fennell with the throw. And Whitelock it is who wins the line out.
That's once going sideways.
Todd, as he does, driving it from the back, gets it away to Drummond. They pop it up for Taylor.
Pass is forward.
But the pass was forward. Tackle made by Simon Hickey, the Auckland captain. They'll have a scrum just inside the 22.
Yeah.
It was a nicely formed drive from Canterbury there. I just wondered if Pollock might have called that a bit early, but Todd breaking off, and here we see he's called that a forward pass. Closer examination, or we have the luxury of replay, and we'll have to go with the referee's decision there.
This is just one of those situations where the player doing the passing stopped and often creates the impression of a forward pass. That might have been a little bit hard done by there, Canterbury. The call might have come from the touchline. So here is Kaito Shigenyo.
Sit!
Playing for the Ponsonby club, but out of the NEC Green Rockets in Japan. And he passes it away. Visinia with that powerful right boot of his, and he's found a bit of space here too. Well, that's a very good kick. Getting maximum distance out of the punt and taking play deep down into Canterbury territory.
I tell you, that's one thing any forward wants to get up off the ground after a scrum like that. Look what your backs have done for you, whether it's your 10 or your 15. He's just peeled back 30 metres.
And he's kicking into a pretty stiff breeze as well, so we know about that right foot.
There are things that he does so well, Lulangi Visinia. I think one of the things they talk about with him is just getting him to make the right decisions, when to do what. If they can work that all out, got a potential to go a long way in the game. Moonga, well, he kicks. That's trying to bisect the two players at the back, and in the end, well, it's Heem rather snatching it away from Visinia. He tries a kick. That's floating down to Johnny McNichol. In fact, it was McIntyre across there. Now a bouncing pass away to Osborne. Well, he's made a bit of a meal of this. Good enough, though, to restore some order, and a nice offload away to Leonard Brown. Taylor now moving it on. McIntyre up in the line. Now Crotty looking for a little gap. McIntyre stayed with him.
Woo!
And good work from Bird and Prinsep. Whitelock in there driving the player up towards halfway. Held up though, and so Auckland will get a scrum feed.
Yes, no, the maul was called, and obviously with Canterbury driving forward, they need to clear that ball almost as soon as it hit the ground. They couldn't do that. We saw Rieko Ioane and his brother both hanging on to the ball, and they don't have to release it once it hit the ground, so that's how they win the turnover. It's the two Ioane brothers, Rieko.
Yeah, Rieko really went in first, wasn't it? And brother Akira, who really specialises in holding people up. He's just so immensely strong in the upper body.
And a tactic from Auckland, we saw it from the line-out in the early part of the game. They're standing George Mawala at first receiver. So Hickey in behind them.
Fine. Sit.
One each way.
Well, the scrums really aren't going to settle, and I don't think either prop wants to give. Both of them want to stamp their mark on the game, stamp it on early, whereas we need that to settle.
Well, that time Charlie Faumuina it was who got the upper hand, getting one back on Daniel Leonard-Brown. And so Simon Hickey, who has been watching his brother kick them from all over the place, is very noble of him as the captain to, I guess, is the fact that it was his older brother, you know, bit of the old family hierarchy holding fort. But Simon takes over today with Jono Hickey on the subs bench.
He gets his turn, doesn't he? And it's good to see Auckland are holding up the tradition of having brothers play in the team. We've got the Hickey brothers here and the Ioane brothers. Just has a local feel about the ITM Cup, doesn't it?
Well, he's a very good goal kicker, Simon Hickey. Entrusted with the leadership of this Auckland team, captained the New Zealand under-20s last year. Heavily strapped right leg. And the kick, well, it'll have the distance and looks pretty good. It's over. That's a good start for Simon Hickey, and Auckland take the lead 3-0. So the scrum penalty that went against Daniel Leonard-Brown results in 3 points. Flags all waving on the far side of the ground. They've got a good turnout in the North Stand this afternoon. Liaki Molly not able to take it, but it falls nicely for Bryce Heem. The kick ahead, just checked by Whitelock as he came through. And it's Richie Moonga who's got it. He's got it away too. A nice ball. Off it goes to Taylor. The step and the offload to Todd was a cracker. Fighting for it on the ground was Heem for Auckland, but Canterbury have it. Now McIntyre chipping ahead. And, well, it didn't go really where he wanted it to go. Straight away you could hear just a little cry of disappointment there from Cameron McIntyre, who comes back into the side. This was a lovely touch here from Taylor firstly. That offload.
Great offload, wasn't it? Nice bit of rugby, both teams there.
Auckland have it through Fatialofa and looking to get it wide. Oh, the pass is intercepted by Ryan Crotty, and Canterbury get the first try of the game.
Well, great vision from Ryan Crotty. He spotted it from the outside in, chose his moment, and plucked it out of the air. It's great awareness from the All Black midfielder.
Simon, what's up?
Here we see Auckland in behind pass. He saw the player, he saw where it was going, but he was coming from an outside to the in, so the player catching the ball didn't have him in his vision.
Yeah, the Auckland captain there looking on the outside. They just tried to get the ball to Mawala on the outside. And as you mentioned, Craig, Crotty saw that a mile away, took the chance, and that's a great try.
Well, it's what Auckland have been doing in the early stages, haven't they? They've been swinging those passes wide, and I think Crotty just gambled on them doing it again. It was a great read.
Well, it was a read, wasn't it? He's so aware. He saw them set up. He's no mug. He knew exactly what that move was, and he read it and timed it beautifully.
So Canterbury have the lead 7-3. See Jed Robinson there in the middle of the shot, the veteran player. It's a pretty good bench they've got, Canterbury, and he'll be happy. Lone figure in red and black in the stands, Ryan Crotty. Nice start to the game for him. And just to compound things for Auckland, Vicinia's kick has sailed over the touchline on the full, and they'll come back for a scrum on halfway.
Well, Ryan Crotty, he's such a class player, isn't he? And, you know, he's not one we're really picking to be made that side tomorrow night, but it just goes to show what depth New Zealand rugby has.
Well, if he did make the team, you know that he's one of the most dependable players, but he's got a big battle on his hands. I suppose obviously Nonu and Smith, and you've got Sonny Bill Williams and Malakai Fekitoa, such a powerful player, but you know that if you asked Ryan Crotty to go and do a job, he'd do it for you.
Absolutely.
Sit.
Referee just made some mention to Luke Whitelock about the pressure that Leonard Brown was coming under at scrum time. That was better. And Moonga sets it on the 10-metre mark. Auckland territory. Bird carrying it into the tackle of Fatialofa. Drummond switching to the left. Todd turning it back nicely to Luke Whitelock. Moonga waiting for it. Now Bird carrying again. Fatialofa again with the tackle. Crotty straightening. And they're using that inside ball. Now there's some space opening up on the left. And Whitelock gets the ball away to Todd. Can't handle the offload, though.
Straight into touch, mate.
Yeah. Well, it was clever rugby from Canterbury, wasn't it? They're using that offload and their inside pass quite nicely. Shifting the ball. They don't want to take Auckland on in the confrontation. They want to find the holes and create the space. And there, Matt Todd just not managing to hang on to that loose pass. See, that's probably the clear difference between the two sides is Canterbury are shifting the ball, they're looking for the gap, whereas Auckland have been very confrontational. They have some big ball carriers.
Some members there of the Canterbury women's team who played earlier on today against Auckland. Rather thumping victory for Auckland in that game.
Crouch.
But it's Canterbury leading this one by 7-3.
Sit. Hold, hold, hold.
Canterbury pushing over the mark.
Canterbury not willing to give an inch. They'll take every advantage they can get if it means pushing before the ball comes in.
And little admonishment there for Ben Fennell.
If he presents, it's not when he presents, it's when he comes on scrum.
Is the Auckland team. They're all smiles. The Auckland women's team, that is. So Fennell. So he's going to lob this one down the back. And Whitelock takes it. And Prinsep, good strong run from him. Carpet made the tackle. Todd in there to help with the clean out. Ball's been left behind, though, by, in fact, knocked on by Luke Whitelock. And so they'll have a scrum. Here's the Canterbury skipper, Luke Whitelock.
Let's go scrum, boys.
Crotty just having a word there with Richie Moonga.
It's got to come in. You got it? He does.
Auckland defending a run here at Eden Park that goes actually back to July of 2011 when they lost to Otago. They'd lost earlier here too to Canterbury, and they haven't lost a game here since. The only blemish, I suppose, a 16-all draw right at the outset of the season last year with Tasman. So like the Blues, they're hard to beat when they play on this ground, but at the moment it's Canterbury who are leading. Hickey on the short side. Away it goes to Piatau. Put the little kick ahead and bouncing, well, just not bouncing where it needed to for Rico Ioane. If he'd been able to snatch that one, anything could have happened.
Yes, from a very similar position last week where we saw him plucked the ball up against Taranaki. Just goes to show that rugby ball is a funny shape.
A bit of a complaint there from Mitchell Dunshee.
Understand, that's what I called. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but yeah.
Yeah, Dunshee straight away complained that he was being impeded while he was in the air. He's not happy.
Mate, I've got you. Okay.
And Chris Pollock is not going to change his mind.
No, as referees do. He saw what he saw. He had a picture, and he's going to go with it. But I think they've made their complaint known.
Well, you can see what the complaint was. Michael Fatialofa grabbing a hold of the forearm.
Crouch.
It's the beauty of the game of rugby, though, isn't it? Referee, it's the imperfection that, you know,
Sit.
things like that we can hide from the referee.
It's there for Auckland, and they give it up to Rico Ioane. Tackle made by McIntyre, defending up in the line now. In fact, this is Akira Ioane taking it ahead. Karpik had to have 2 goes at it, the young Auckland open side flanker. Shigeno, up it goes to Charlie Faumuina, pops the pass away to the little halfback, and now Auckland go back onto the attack.
Counter's fine.
Hickey into play at halfback. Away it goes to Rico Ioane.
Move, 3.
Faumuina taking it into contact again. Trying to rip it away was Prinsep. Might have done so. That's great work from the flanker. And now some room on the left here. Ryan Crotty gets the ball away to Osborne. Beats the first tackle. Step and Osborne on. Nice ball back in field to Moody. Still going, Moody, up towards the 22. Drummond fires it away. Taylor wide it goes. Solid tackle made on McIntyre. And
well done, Greg Pleasant-Tate. Got on that ball for a big man. Made the tackle, got to his feet, got his hands on the ball like a loose forward, and of course had all rights to it.
Yeah, worrying signs though for the turnover. Canterbury showing just how dangerous they are on that counter attack. And poor old Chris Pollock, he got pushed out of the way by Akira Ioane trying to get across to actually make a tackle. Boy, Canterbury looked good on that counter attack.
Well, there was a big ooh coming up from the crowd, and I think it might have something to do with what we're seeing now. Greg Pleasant-Tate looks like a bit of a head knock. Here's Osborne.
And Joe Moody, lovely little pass inside, and he just drives the legs, does very well. Of course, here's the incident we're talking about, number 2. Greg Pleasant-Tate throws him to the ground.
He's okay, Pleasant-Tate. He'll throw to the line out. And he's been around the provincial scene for a number of years now. Here's Karpik, who's only setting out now. Nice ball into a bit of space for Piatau. Gets it back 2 from him. Nice interchange of passes, and Liaki Morley, he gets it away as well. Auckland back onto the attack. Faumuina tackled by Moody. Hickey now, chance to get some width on it. Moala in the tackle. A Bird trying to hold him up. Easier things to do though. Tonga Fussy just inside the 22. Moala's gone down, not looking too good. Rico Ioane trying to step. Brother there on his shoulder. Hickey, Piatau gets rid of the first and then fires the ball away. Auckland keep it going. Pleasant-Tate, they come out quickly on him. Todd slowing it down a little. Shigeno out to Hickey. Now they get it wide. Ioane, Visinia lengthening stride as he goes into contact. Akira Ioane, well, he wanted to have a go. Referee playing advantage here, so they can have a real go at it here, Auckland. Hickey running and popping a nice ball in field to Bryce Heem. Gets through the tackle of Drummond, still going. Just a couple of metres metres short. Here's the chance for Auckland. Wide it goes. Piatau swarming on him. But it's still there for Auckland. Pleasance Tate has a charge at the line, driven back. Moala stands guard over the ball. Tu'unafasi. Now Rico Ioane to have a go. And he'll be hard to stop. Impossible to stop. Rico Ioane. And Auckland are back in front.
Just sheer weight of pressure, wasn't it? Auckland relentless in their attack, and of course you said it, Rico Ioane, or Akira Ioane, very, very hard man to stop that close to the line.
Started from the line out, sorry Tony, and they just built phases, and the supply that they're getting the ball and the decision making from Shijingo, the young Japanese halfback, has been accurate. Every time the passes are crisp, that break from him got them well and truly over the advantage line. And then they just rolled up their sleeves, and Akira Ioane, as you mentioned, too strong, that close.
Well, Heem did very well. He nearly got there himself, but look at that. And of course, Charlie Faumuina getting on his shoulder, adding that extra weight. Only extra 130 odd kgs, that's going to get you there.
First try in ITM Cup rugby for Akira Ioane, and it won't be his last. Simon Hickey's about 9-10 metres in from the left wing touch. Struck his first kick very well. That one just away to the left, so no conversion. But Auckland lead it by 8-7.
Well, you mentioned it won't be the last try from Akira Ioane. You just wonder. He's turned up. We've seen him play some great games for the Blues this year. He's doing it again in the ITM Cup. Just how long is it before this guy wears black?
So McIntyre with the restart. Nice and high. And fell right into the hands and out of them of Dominic Bird. Auckland take it quickly. And Canterbury just a little slow to react initially. And Moala gets a chance to run at a defence that wasn't quite set. Although Todd's got in, ripped the ball away. Or the referee's going to give that as a knock on. Gosh, you know, there's such a difficult selection process, and we mentioned before that Todd's probably just on the outside of the All Black frame, but never overlook just what a very good player he is.
That's right.
Yeah,
so he gets on the ball there and claims that it wasn't me, but you're supposed to rip the ball in a tackle, you make the tackle. But as you say, TJ, he's that close, and we know from Stephen Donald in 2011, just stay fit, you never know. Well, plenty of things that happen in World Cups.
That announcement, 6:30. Sky Sport 1 live from the Beehive.
Crouch! Fine!
Steve Hansen can tell John Keys to get out of the seat for the night. He's more important.
I'd have to polish my shoes for that one. Whitelock, away it goes. Taylor coming in at first receiver and running straight. It's there for Drummond. Prinsep. He's impressed. Reed Prinsep had a couple of games last year. Now Bird. And a good drive ahead from him. Drummond fires it away at the second go. Crotty holding it up. And Canterbury will build. Whitelock. And nice pass in behind to Mo'unga. Bird, good hands. Building here. Oh, the pass just wasn't where Patrick Osborne wanted it. Just overran it a little. And Canterbury, for a moment, looked like they were in.
They did. They looked incredibly dangerous. Just that last pass, letting them down yet again. But really good play from Canterbury. Crisp passing, offloading. Just timing the pass. Drawing the man, but then Patrick Osborne just a little bit too shallow.
Yeah, I think it may have been the decoy running of Prinsep as well, the blindside flanker that was there. And I think that's what McIntyre anticipated, was that he was going to hit the ball, and he popped it in between both of them.
Look at this fella here, Reed Prinsep. Plays for the high school old boys club. He's a law student, as I say, had a couple of games last year, switching to number 6. I've seen a bit of him at number 8. Shijinho. Canterbury trying to put a bit of heat on. Scrum goes down, but away it goes to Moala. Just looking to create a bit of room for the clearance. Ioane just going across the field there a little. Shijinho gets up, finds Hickey, and he clears it away. One of the Auckland players down, and it's George Moala. He's having a tremendous season, Craig.
Oh, look, he's had a tremendous last 12 months. I think, and of course, getting an All Black cap will go down in history as joining that club. He's such a dangerous ball carrier.
Right now it's Canterbury doing the pressing. Moonga runs hard. Good sign, prepared to take the line on. Whitelock. Now Osborne again coming across from the far wing. McIntyre trying to bust his way through the tackle of Ioane. Taylor in at first receiver. Prinsep again. Faumuina and Pleasance Tate on the tackle. Crotty again. They're looking for that infield pass. Whitelock, short ball away to Bird inside the 22, but the ball's popped out loose, and Ioane has it for Auckland. Shijinho scampers away with it, and there's a chance out here on the right. Offload to Moala, just a little untidy from him. So Moala has to take it in field and set it. And this time they'll look to clear through the boot of Hickey. Plenty of time to wind up the kick.
Beautiful D. It's a real feature of any Scott Robertson's side is the offload, and that's what's been working well for them so far, Craig, in the first 31 minutes. But just on the odd occasion, they don't control it, and Auckland get the turnover.
Yeah, no, quite right. And the timing of the pass too. It's just drawing the man, making the offload, so the player catching the ball's got it running into space.
Another line-out win for Mitchell Dunshee. And Todd ranging wide. Oh, he's just fired that right into the face of Cameron McIntyre. And Rico Ioane picks it up. And opportunity for a counter-punch here from Auckland. Hickey, wide it goes to Piatau. Todd up on him. Offloaded. And Canterbury trying to hold the ball carrier up. Moala on the ground, so Shijinho puts it high. Coming forward was Taylor, and the ball's bounced for Todd, and he gets it away to Prinsep. And Canterbury have it back. McNichol now. Little show of the ball and a break from Johnny McNichol. Oh, lovely footwork, Johnny McNichol. Well, the early part of his season was wrecked by injury, but we know just what a dangerous runner he is. That's a brilliant try.
That is a fantastic try, Johnny McNichol. You're quite right. His whole career, he's been plagued by injury. But Johnny McNichol, he's showing signs throughout the years just how dangerous he is. And look at this. Sees the gap, pins his ears back, and he dances off 1 foot, steps inside, and he just puts down the hammer. Yeah,
well, he saw it was Faumuina as well, so his eyes must have lit up, because there's the prop, can't get across the fend, and then that little footwork in, out, and he's got pace to finish it.
Well, he just stood Lalangi Visinea up fair and square there, just a little feint to the right, then the step to the left, and he was gone.
Yeah, the gap on Visinea, it wasn't a big one either. He just sort of, right, I'm taking that, and he went for it.
So, Canterbury back in front. 3 lead changes already in the game. They do look dangerous, though, don't they?
Oh, when that Canterbury, that red and black machine gets those offloads, and they're shifting and moving into space, they're very, very dangerous.
So Taylor from wide out. And not a great contact on that. So no conversion, but it's a 12-8 lead for Canterbury after their second try of the game, scored by Johnny McNichol. It all looked like it was going to go spectacularly wrong at that point. Oh, the old Falcon got him fair in the mush.
I see Chris Pollock puts his hand out for a knock-on, and the knock-on's between the shoulders and the knees. Off the face, play on.
Well, Auckland, for the second time, have fluffed their lines at the restart. One of them went sailing over the touchline. That time, Vissineer trying to kick short. Well, he managed that. Well short.
Well, that's right. And it's these parts of the game that makes a difference. And this is what they'll be talking about at half-time, I'm sure, with when they get the break. It's just the little mistakes, the offloads where the player's not quite ready, the restarts, the scrums. Get the little things right, and the rest of the game will go.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
So good spot to launch something from for Canterbury. Scrum on halfway, Whitelock away it goes to Drummond. Morga on the outside, stabbing one through for McNichol, and it sits up for him too. Gets the kick away, and going back was Heem. Gets past the first, then the second, Whitelock. Up towards the 22 where he's put on the ground. In fact, it was Whitelock that got back and made that tackle. And now Hickey bangs it away. Taylor back. And he'll run it up to halfway. He's got Crotty with him and gets it a ball away to Osborne. Tries to chip ahead. Oh, right into the buckets for Taylor. Leonard Brown. Oh, the front rower goes in. That's a spectacular try, but we'll want some confirmation from the referee before it's awarded.
Sean, I just need to see whether the Reed player was in front of the kicker or not.
So he's just going to see whether or not Leonard Brown was in front of the kick. If not, open space like that. Very, very clever play from Canterbury. It all started with the kick, and the Auckland chase was almost non-existent.
I think this is the one they're concerned about.
Yep.
I think Taylor was okay there.
No, look at Leonard Brown.
Sean, he's just pretty tight to the ball from here. It's definitely 13, I think, no, 15. They were looking at. Sorry, 12.
In fact, it was
So we go there.
McIntyre that they're looking at, maybe. He said 15.
Yeah, we haven't see whether he's onside.
Yeah, so technically, even though Leonard Brown's ahead, he still gets passed by Osborne, and it's McIntyre.
Yeah, I think it's Taylor that you're talking
Taylor,
about, guys.
yeah, he said 15.
Yeah,
I think he means 12.
It is Taylor.
Not clear and obvious? Okay. Simon.
Well, Hickey not happy,
It's not
but
clear and obvious offside.
having had a look at it, I think the benefit of the doubt goes Canterbury's way, and the try is awarded.
Well, you kick at your pearl, don't you? And the way that Taylor brought it back and then Crotty got taken out. Osborne there with the chip kick. And, well, Craig Dowd, props love scoring tries, especially from that close.
He had a bit of work to do,
That's as good as 20 metres, that.
don't underrate it, Willie.
No, never. No, never. Farmer-Wena and also Moldy getting some attention as well, Tony, for Auckland.
Farmer-Wena. Just wonder whether this might be a head knock. So Tom Taylor lining up the shot at goal. Third try already in the game for Canterbury, and the conversion is nailed. And so Canterbury lead it by 19-8. Couple of spectacular tries. Charlie Farmer-Wena is okay, but it's his opposite, the man he's been marking in the scrums, who scored the try, Daniel Leonard Brown. And Canterbury now have a good lead. Drummond away into touch. And a good clearance too from him. Very good clearance, almost up to the Auckland 10-metre mark.
Yeah, we saw the deep kick from Auckland. They've obviously gone from away from the short one.
Carpick tidying up from the line out. Auckland lose a good 10 metres. George Moala pops it on to Falmawina. And it's there for Auckland. Hickey. Well, they're trapped in their own half. Auckland.
Again, it's that chase. Auckland, they're kicking deep. They need players to chase it.
And there's Crotty now out on the left flank and making good inroads too, Ryan Crotty. First try scorer of the game. Now Whitelock, shaped to pass, took it into contact. Auckland trying to hold him up and had a chance to smuggle it back. Now Drummond under a bit of pressure.
You're right, it's the ball, but you can't change position.
Taken quickly by Drummond. Well, really looking to ram home the advantage now. Crotty looking for another try before half-time. They're not going to get it, though. It's a penalty to Auckland. Well, when you think Auckland scored the first try of the game. Sorry, Canterbury scored the first try of the game, but then Auckland came back, took the lead. But then, since then, Canterbury have forged a 19-8 lead, and Auckland coming under some real pressure.
Yeah, you see Auckland just slightly changing the way they were playing it before. When they started the game, they showed some real exceptional rugby. They keep the ball close, they keep the bodies close. When they start giving Canterbury space and time, which they have been doing, that's when Canterbury will take that opportunity.
Auckland will get one last chance in the first half. And, well, Carpick came forward to take it, but overthrown. Hoovered up by Ben Fennell for Canterbury. McIntyre, away it goes to Crotty, who's been impressive. Rieko Ioane can't hold him up. So McIntyre playing in that first receiver, nicely slipped on by Princep to Whitelock. McIntyre doubling around, ball sits up on the bounce for Osborne. Again, the little chip and chase. Coming across and taking it as Vissinia, wheels away from the first, then slips a nice ball away to Rieko Ioane. They've got numbers out to the left, Auckland, if they can clear it quickly. Just a little bit slow, and so Canterbury's defence has had time to get organised. Shigenial. Heem now fighting his way forward. Now back it goes to Hickey. Falmawina just had to stop to collect the ball. Hickey again, numbers bunched up away to the right. Oh, that was Ioane smashing into Moonga there. Auckland still have it. Hickey. Now Rieko Ioane. Almost up to halfway, holding him up. Now told to let him go. And Moody looked like he was suspiciously close to coming in the side there. Vissinia holding it up. Carpet gets rid of it. And now Hickey runs at them, slips the ball away to Heem. Nice ball to Heem. Steps out of the first tackle. Good strong run from Bryce Heem. Auckland up towards the 22. And now Rieko Ioane. Again, so hard to stop. Fatialofa. Oh, it's an awful pass. Heem has to go back, scoops it up. Finds Piatau, but they've gone all the way back to halfway. Piatau, that's a loose offload, and Fennell's got it for Canterbury. Well, Auckland were looking good, then it got all messy, and now they're going to have to defend again. McNichol. Moonga. Swung wide by McIntyre. Crotty out on the right-hand flank. Drummond is there. Look, 2 minutes have gone since the clock ticked over 40. Joe Edwards with a bit of a body slam there. Leonard Brown, and numbers away on the left here. Fennell taking it forwards. Now A little show and go, little dummy there from Drummond.
Yep.
Crotty in close, does the same thing.
2-0, 2-0.
Just testing Auckland around the fringes. McNichol, away it goes to Osborne. It's the Auckland 22 away to the left, or they popped it up there for Luke Whitelock. Couldn't take it on the way through, so at half-time, Canterbury with a good lead of 19-8. And as they leave the field, let's hear from Tom Taylor of Canterbury, who's with Willie.
Thanks, Tony. Yeah, Tom, you'll be pleased with the way that their first half ended, in particular those 2 tries.
Yeah, they obviously got off to a good start there and put us under a bit of pressure, but built a bit of phases, had to start having a crack from our own end and saw some results.
What's the key to victory in the second half?
I think we've just got to be patient. We're getting a little bit loose, but I think that the boys are reacting well to each other, so we've just got to keep that going.
All right, thanks for talking to us.
So half-time at Eden Park, and Canterbury leading Auckland by 19 points to 8. Four tries have been scored in the first half at Eden Park, 3 of them by Canterbury, who lead Auckland by 19 points to 8. Score seesawing in the early stages, but then Canterbury kicking away towards the 40 with a couple of very good tries. Crotty, McNichol and Leonard Brown for Canterbury, Ioane for Auckland. Let's take a look at those tries. The first one, well, this was a great read by Ryan Crotty. Picking up the pass intended for centre Rico Ioane or George Moala perhaps.
He read that nicely, didn't he? Just coming from the outside in. Timing was brilliant.
And Auckland hit back. Nice run from Bryce Heem. So strong on the carry. And then when they got close to the line, well, a combination of Akira Ioane and Charlie Faumuina helping to drive things. They were never going to stop him. But then Canterbury, this was a terrific individual effort from Johnny McNichol. Breaking the first tackle, then the in and away on Lulangi Visinia.
Yes, and it was a fend, wasn't it? He steps there and Charlie Faumuina, see you later. And he just turned back those ears and he went for it. He's got incredible pace, Johnny McNichol, and that was a great try.
Oh, Craig Dowd would have loved this one. Here's a former loose head prop. Firstly, Osborne, little chip ahead. They had to check whether Tom Taylor was in front. They decided there wasn't conclusive evidence that he was. And Daniel Leonard Brown, combination of a little bit of footwork and just good patience, I think, Craig, to wait for the ball to sit up.
Well, it's, of course, it's backing up too. You know, being a tight forward, they're in the right places. He's where the ball is, and he's backing up the outside backs.
Paul Feeney, changing room. A lot of tidying up for Auckland to do in the second half.
Yeah, you're quite right. And if we look at the board, you know, there's no clear picture of the way the scoreline looks. You know, even the missed tackles, it's in Auckland's favour, only missing 9. But it's those moments, and I'm sure Paul Feeney will be talking to the Auckland team about it now. It's those moments of lapses, a lapse of concentration where Auckland stop the trace, or they make a missed pass, or they get a turnover. In those moments, that's when Canterbury, they seize them. And they're so good at those turnovers, they take them, they capitalise those opportunities.
Yes, clinical for Canterbury, and they lead Auckland by 19-8 at half-time. So Canterbury with the lead at half-time, 19 points to 8. Let's see what the Auckland coach makes of it. Paul Feeney is with Willie.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. Well, Paul, obviously that 10 minutes before the break was the difference. How do you get back in this match?
Yeah, firstly, don't panic, Willie. You know, we haven't quite had the rub of the green in that first half. So we just got to be a little bit more patient, look after the ball a bit better, take them on the forwards a bit more too, we believe. So we think we're right in it. And it's going to show, it's a good test for our character of our team. First time we've been under the pump this year.
All right, mate, best of luck.
Cheers. Yes, they a draw against Southland. Probably would have been quite happy to come away from that with a share of the points. Good win over Taranaki, but really being tested by this Canterbury side. So, no changes to either side by the look of it. As the players come back out onto the field.
Well, you've got to say in the game of rugby, you make your own luck, really, don't you? And I think what we've seen in the first half, Canterbury have created, they've taken opportunity and they've made their own luck.
And a change, fellas. Charlie Faumuina will not play the second half. He's on the bench.
Thanks, Willie. Be interesting to find out whether or not that's just a straight tactical sub or whether there's any sort of injury. They were talking about him only playing 40 minutes, so maybe that was always the plan. So I think Sam Prattley up there for Auckland in jersey number 17. And Shigeno, and away it goes. And here is Sam Prattley, first run at the defence. Hickey now getting it wide to Heem, who's looked dangerous every time he's touched the ball. He creates a little bit of space out on the right for Joe Edwards. Auckland working up towards the 10-metre mark. Liaki Molly with a carry. Leonard Brown with a good attempt at a counter-ruck there. Now Hickey, well, he spotted a little gap, and then unfortunately for him, Sam Prattley stepped right into it, and so it'll be a scrum for an accidental offside.
Yeah, just a series of some good hit-ups from the Auckland side, and it's where they need to focus on in the second half. But here we see Sam Prattley just wandering back. Couldn't see Hickey, and mate, that's where the ball is.
And just an update too, guys, no problem with Charlie Faumuina, so that will be the relief of a lot of people in this country, obviously. It is a tactical replacement.
I'd want to stay out there, TJ. Keep playing. Hasn't had much rugby lately.
So Mitchell Drummond just getting the call. Richie Moonga standing right behind him. McIntyre as well. Front rows go down. And another scrum penalty against Canterbury.
Yeah, no, quite right. He turned this side. We saw Joe Moody rolled right under. He was under real pressure then. And he just buckled, turned in. It was an interesting move to see Joe Moody go from the loose head side to the tight head. He's trying to learn his trade there.
Well, it's a good string to the bow if you can play both sides. I guess even though you're allowed two specialist props on the bench these days, here it is again.
Yeah, he's under real pressure. You can see by his hips and his legs going backwards. Knew he was going to go backwards, so he rolled in on the outside shoulder, and that collapses the scrum.
Carpick reaching across to grab it, and loose pass though from Rico Ioane. It's been snaffled up by Tom Taylor, and here's Auckland looking to profit from another Canterbury looking to profit from another Auckland mistake. Drummond, Taylor now thought about the kick, opted to move it. Todd flinging the pass wide. Oh, what a great piece of handling. That's Leonard Brown, I think, racing out there on the left wing side of the field. Moonga now pops it up. Good run from Moody in the offload away to Whitelock. Now Fennell came from a long way back to take that. Liaki Molly's gone down clutching at his wrist, I think. He might be in a bit of trouble, and Auckland might be in a bit of trouble here too, as Canterbury get things rolling again early in the second half. Auckland at the moment have only got 14 players in action. You can see Molly there on the ground. Todd Leonard Brown, who's, in fact, it's Princep it was, staying out on the left-hand side of the field there, and the referee says we better come back, because I think he's done himself a serious mischief here, clutching at the wrist.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a bit of a break here. That looks rather serious.
I'll tell you, another person that never moved was right in front of me is Ryan Crotty. He has stayed down on the ground as well, close to us here, but this is where the injury to Liaki Moli may have occurred. He came in, maybe just the contact there with the wrist. And look at that, he just pulled out of it straight away. Maybe the elbow or the wrist.
Yeah, I think that might be the forearm that collided with the head.
Well, Ryan Crotty looks okay, but it's going to take a little while to attend to Liaki Moli. So we'll take you back a couple of years. Canterbury have won 4 of the last 5, but they came second on this particular occasion, and it was a great try in the 2013 clash, scored by George Moala, playing on the wing. And Auckland pretty comfortable winners in that game. 39-19 was the final score. And I think the day is well and truly over for Liaki Moli.
9 in jersey 19, Scott Scrafton from the Grammar Tech Club is on, and Canterbury not too far away, Tony, for making 2 changes to the front row.
Well, you can see the disappointment there, Liaki Moli. He's had a few injury problems, and you just get a horrible suspicion that this might be a season-ending job.
Next cheating,
You just get the feeling that might be a broken forearm, Craig Dowd.
Yeah, I think he's going to be spending the afternoon in the X-ray department and finding out just how sinister that is, but unfortunate.
So Auckland lose one of their most experienced forwards.
Crouch! Bind!
And Canterbury have a scrum about 38 metres from the Auckland line, looking to build on that half-time lead of 19-8. Drummond, away it goes to Moonga, runs across field and then drops it off to Osborne, and fires the offload away, and Whitelock carting it forward effectively and continues up towards the 22. Now the switch away to the left, Moonga delaying the pass, left behind by Osborne though. Still there for Canterbury. Moonga on the short side, trying to get through Tuangnafasi. They're keeping the ball alive in the contact, Canterbury. Nice little ball back into Princep from Whitelock. Those two working really well together. But oh, brilliant steal there from Akira Ioane. Pleasance Tate punching onto it. And Auckland get a chance to counter-attack. Hickey realises there's a lot of empty space in behind. Might have just been deflected by one of the Canterbury players. And so it's set up. And McIntyre kicked down to Visinia, who returns fire. McNichol stayed back. Richie Moonga now kicking out towards the far side and eventually bouncing into touch. I think Ioane was rather hoping that was going to go out on the full, but it didn't.
Yeah, we see Akira Ioane getting on the ball, getting back to his feet, clearing out the arriving player and getting the ball popped straight into his breadbasket. That was great play.
Alex Hodgman on, guys, in jersey 17. He replaces the try scorer, Daniel Leonard Brown. He's had a good 45 minutes.
Well, they've got some really good options. They have Canterbury. Siati Tukulahi, who played for the Chiefs this year, he's on the bench as well.
Can we come down, please?
Alex Hodgman, he goes very well. You're quite right. They've got some choice and some young players coming through.
Michael Fatialofa has won the line out, and Auckland drive it away. Greg Pleasance-Tate has it in the back. Eugenio puts it high. Heem to give chase. Just a bit too much on it, but Osborne can't take it cleanly, and it falls into the hands of Mitch Carpick. New Zealand under-20s flanker. Hickey moves it out to Moala. Good tackle made by Tom Taylor around the ankles. Moala went again. and it's there for Auckland. Hickey trying to stab one through, rebounds away. Now Hickey has to dart back to get to it ahead of Tom Taylor.
Move 12.
So Auckland lose ground. Now Piatau trying to thread one through, and well, it fell for Bryce Heem, but he's rather kicked it away. And here's Johnny McNichol again. Stepping, no. Obstruction.
Doesn't matter, you've obstructed. You're in front of the ball carrier.
Yep. Canterbury protesting there, but like Chris Pollock said, it doesn't matter. You were in front, you got in the way, you stopped the Auckland defence from getting at Johnny McNichol.
No, it's interesting that Paul Feeney said we want to be patient and we want to take them on in the forwards. Obviously, the backs never heard that message at the break. They're trying to run everything. And Canterbury defence showing that it's so strong again.
It's an interesting makeup of the Auckland coaching team this year. Just take a look at Johnny McNichol and the big dummy. And it was Ben Fennell who was picked up. But Paul Feeney joined on the coaching staff fairly late in the piece by Alan Pollock, former North Harbour coach, with Xavier Rush quite late in the piece deciding to head back to the UK. And Greg Pleasance-Tate has it in the back, and Auckland drive it up, and now Pleasance-Tate, good run from the hooker. Trying to hold him up though was Hodgman. Puts him on the ground about 8 metres short of the line. Auckland get organised. Fatia Lofa barrels ahead. Ioane now, but he loses it. Chance here for Canterbury to run it out. Crotty, away it goes to Moonga. Trying to get past Ioane, and the kick, well, sits up for Lulangi Visinia. Just a little isolated, and the turnover comes, and here's Patrick Osborne. Kick ahead from Osborne, coming across is Piatau, and well, he's going to have them on. Drummond comes at him, fends him off, and now kicks hard with the left foot through the fingers of Cameron McIntyre, but Johnny McNichol is back, and he bangs it high into centre field. Coming forward is Heem. Oh, takes it beautifully, Heem. Drummond puts him on the ground. Canterbury, though, continue to play a lot of the game inside their own half. Now, Crotty back. Let's see what sort of a boot he's got on him today. Well, he's kicked it straight. Oh, dear. He won't want to see that again, Rieko Ioane. Thought about catching it, thought about trapping it in the end, just boots it into touch. So Canterbury are going to get a line-out throw.
Quite right, he won't want to see that replay. It was a flat kick coming at him. He obviously wasn't close enough to get underneath it. Tried to trap it with his foot.
Another change to the front row for Canterbury. Tokalahi that you mentioned from the Chiefs is on. He's replaced Joe Moody, in a big moment for Waitemata fans out in the West Auckland, because Aidi Hunt makes his debut for Auckland. He's a big unit. He had a great club season. He gets good reward replacing Joe Edwards. Great club, that Waitemata.
That moment of silence really was for you.
There's Canterbury, just that stat really underlining the edge that they've had in championship matches between these two sides. Now they've worked the move around the front of the line out, and it's Hodgman. He sets it up. Bird now carrying effectively up to the 22. Canterbury just looking in control here. Crotty. Drummond in quickly. Prinsep. Now Fennell, a good change of direction too from the hooker. Ioane over the ball though. He's done well to win a penalty. And he wants to take a tap too.
Go, Ben. Make it available, please. Yep. Holding on.
Well, he's certainly been busy, isn't he, Ioane? He's, yes, he made the mistake not so long ago, but the work rate around the field, getting over the ball, creating turnovers, carrying the ball up. He's been everywhere today.
So Hickey kicks up towards halfway. 19-8, so 10 minutes gone. Still no change in the half-time score. I think next try is going to be very important. If Auckland want to get back into this, they'll need to be the next scorer, because if Canterbury score again, And they're looking at a lead of close to 20 points. Ioane can't quite take it cleanly in the line-out, but Carpick's there to mop up.
Use it!
To get something organised. Scruffton. Now waiting for it is Fatialofa. Back it goes to Hickey. Puts one high. It's actually Carpick helping out on the chase, and now Heem. So Auckland get it back from the kick, and an opportunity now. Hunt moving it on. Tu'ungafasi. Auckland clear out over him. Hickey. Moala now straightening, and now they bring it back the other way. Here's Akira Ioane brushing them off. Hickey, wide it goes, and here's Hunt. Big, powerful ball carrier. Man who actually played for the Blues early on this year before he'd had a game for Auckland. Michael Fatialofa popping the ball away, and Hickey's there to grab it just as it was threatening to break down. Tu'ungafasi pops up for Ioane. Moala moves it on. Piatau fighting hard for every metre. McNichol puts him on the ground. This is promising for Auckland. Pratley. Akira Ioane. Auckland still have it. Hickey. Fatialofa out in centre field. Well, patience is what Paul Feeney called for. They've been patient so far. Can they keep it going? Canterbury thought they were in for a steal. Fatialofa, though, hasn't. Auckland continue to press. Desperate to get the next points on the board. Hickey scoops up a low pass. Heem now. Loose ball, though. Well, almost inevitable for Auckland, the way the game's been going. No matter how long they go, in the end, there's a loose pass, a drop ball, a turnover of some description. And good defence from Canterbury.
Oh, it's great defence from Canterbury. But Auckland have just got to keep doing the same as what's working for them. They've got some bulldozers. They're creating go forward. They can break the line. But when they move away from that, they try something different, and they make the mistake.
Yeah, Thompson on for McIntyre. And Auckland about to make 2 changes as well, fellas. Eklund will come on for Pleasance Tate. And the man that scored 23 points yesterday, Jonah Hickey, will come on in jersey 21 to pair up with his younger brother.
Well, Cameron McIntyre leaving the field. And it's nice to see him back in New Zealand. Amazing 15 years of Cameron McIntyre playing top-level rugby. We think this is the first time he's played at Eden Park. Might have had a game for the Bees. We couldn't confirm that, but McIntyre goes to the bench. John O'Hickey comes on for Auckland.
Comes on, boys.
Pleasance Tate heading for the bench.
And he's been busy today too, Pleasance Tate. He's had a strong game.
Fennell tipped down by Bird, and Whitelock, long stride, takes it into contact. Back it goes to Taylor for the clearance. Carpet coming at him, and Heem, well, he's hurdled the hoardings on the far side, but in the end no chance of a quick throw, so they'll come back. Cameron McIntyre is 10 years overseas. This man who played for the Crusaders, played for the Highlanders, played for Canterbury, but never at Eden Park. Oh, Hickey runs it up to the defensive line where he's tackled by Fennell. Away it goes, Ioane. They've looked after him pretty well. He lost a boot there too, thrown away by Thompson. And Ioane has to go look for his boot. But in the meantime, storming up the middle is Tu'ungafasi. Auckland making a bid to get themselves back into the game here. Ioane. Here's Hickey. So the two brothers out there together now for Auckland. Fatialofa carrying the ball a lot in the second half. Carpick has a go inside the 22. Well, they got a bit of a head of steam up here. Can they keep it going though? Fatialofa. Princep made the tackle. John O'Hickey digs it out. Now Moala. Straightening, just 10 metres from the line. Hunt backing away. He wants it, and he's got it, and wades through the first tackle. Irie Hunt. Chance there for Auckland. Referee playing advantage. Eklund has it. Now Scruffton just a metre short. Canterbury defending. Now the chance. Moala over. So Auckland strike back with a try by George Moala to close it up to 19-13 with the kick to come.
Yeah, great work from Auckland. And again, this time they built the pressure. They didn't look to go anywhere else, but straight down the middle. They've got the ball carriers. They need to use them. And George Moala, 10 metres out from the try line, he'll back himself every time. Lucy Scruffton getting very close. And at this time, I think the Auckland players lining up. And there's George Moala. You've got to back him that far out.
One thing that stood out for me, fellas, was one of the clear-outs from Simon Hickey, one of the smaller players that had to remove bodies, and he did that. It was brilliant. And also the delivery from his older brother, Jono. Well, I'll tell you what, the guy that's given him the impetus has been Mitch Karpik, one of the smaller forwards on the field. He got involved on a number of occasions.
Willie, I know exactly the moment you're talking about. When Fadia Lofa carried the ball up, he was isolated, and Simon Hickey saw it. And what a beautiful clean out. You're quite right.
So Hickey converts, and it's a 4-point game. Canterbury 19, Auckland 15. George Moala, as he did a couple of years ago, scores. To'unga Fussy, another one heavily involved in the lead up to that try. Mo'unga with the restart, calling for it was Heem, flings it away to Ioane. And well, that's the key for Auckland. They're big ball carrying forwards. That kick partially charged, and they get it away to Osborne. Scruffton, who's been lively, gets out to make the tackle. Canterbury back on halfway. Fennell. Now Todd moves it on. Thompson away to McNichol, who's been dangerous. Frees it up nicely for Crotty. And Crotty puts in, or put into touch there by George Moala.
Yeah, good covering tackle from George Moala. Read that very well.
Charles Piutau, will he or won't he?
Stay there, get on you, please.
So Eklund from the University Club, Kurt Eklund. Scruffton takes it down. And, Auckland have driven the ball pretty well from line-out time. Jono Hickey puts the ball into touch. McNichol thinks about a quick throw. Jono Hickey, who's looks like he might have to put some of his cricket aspirations on hold for the moment. Doing well with this Auckland team. He plays for the Northern Knights. So player doesn't happen all that often these days that you get a player who's capable of playing rugby and cricket at first-class level. Just don't get the opportunities with the overlapping seasons. Dominic Bird wins the line out for Canterbury. And they give it to Thompson in midfield. Drummond. And, Whitelock hit pretty hard by Eklund as he carried it up. Now the little stab ahead from Johnny McNichol. Oh, he's got it back. McNichol! Oh, he's going to do it again! Johnny McNichol! Second try of the game, and another beauty.
He read that beautifully, Johnny McNichol. I'll say it again, this guy's had so much potential over the years, but injury plagued. When he's on top of his game, he is a fantastic player. Here he said, Johnny McNichol just puts that grubber through, and a beautiful bounce for him. Thought about the pass, but he has got wheels.
Trademark of Canterbury is every time you score points against them, they come straight back at you. And you spoke about the injuries earlier, Tony, to this guy, but when he is fit, he's one of the best players going around. He knows how to finish.
Well, Visinia bought the dummy, hook, line and sinker. So no sooner had Auckland got themselves back into the game. Canterbury strike again. It's a bonus point. Fourth try, 24-15 they lead, and Tom Taylor will attempt to convert from wide out. So Taylor has missed with the attempted conversion, so it's a 9-point margin.
No doubt there would have been some talk behind the post for the Auckland side. Now's the time where you either roll the sleeves up, you've got to go back. There's 20 minutes left in this game.
And just an update from the Auckland doctor, Dr. Steve Carra, a suspected fracture of the forearm for Leaki Maoli.
I could have told you that.
Okay, sorry about that.
Dr. Dowd. Well, Bird takes it down from the restart. So Canterbury having restored much of the advantage that they've just lost some of. Thompson. And, good footwork from him. Taking play up towards halfway, a penalty. Holding on the tackle. And I think Tu'ungafasi might have been the man responsible for that.
Well, they'll look to the post just to get inside that 7-point margin, and then it's game on. So an important kick for Auckland.
Interesting, Simon Hickey's decided he's going to carry on with the goal kicking. Another Jono's shown the ability to bang them over from some distance.
Even though he's his older brother, he's got the captain's title and the captain tag, so you do as I tell you today. He's obviously got the confidence, he feels he can do it.
Well, they just need to stay in touch, don't they? They've got the strike power to score tries. It's the efficiency of the Canterbury team that has them in front, though. And so Simon Hickey just feels the need to close the gap. Plenty on that. That's a very good kick again from Simon Hickey. The young Auckland fans cheer, and it's 24-18. Simon Hickey's second penalty of the afternoon. The restart from Moonga. Waiting for it is Rico Ioane, just going in a little upright into contact, but it's there for Jono Hickey. Tu'ungafasi's put on a good shift this afternoon for Auckland. Now Piatau bangs it away, that powerful left boot of his. And Moonga just slipping a little. He'll put it high. No, in fact, goes looking for some space, but Piatau's read that and maybe tempted to have a crack here. No, puts it high again. Waiting for it, McNichol close to the touchline. He's missed it, and it's there for Jono Hickey. Well, no offside there. You heard the referee say the ball hadn't been touched, so it was general play, and that's what enabled Matt Todd to get in there and contest, and now Canterbury get a penalty.
I'm not sure. I thought Johnny McNichol touched that ball as it came down. Therefore, it was a knock-on. Yeah, just from whether Johnny McNichol touches that ball or not.
That's an air swing.
It's an air swing. Done a few of those in golf.
He can't do a thing wrong, Johnny McNichol. Even when he misses, they profit.
Even when he's not meant to do it wrong, he gets away with it. It's a sign of brilliance.
Oh, it's just great to see him back playing. Oh, ball's been lost forward clearly that time by Dominic Bird. Again complaining. Sorry, Willie.
Sorry, Tony. Just a couple of changes coming up. Matt Wejo in jersey number 19 for Canterbury will replace Mitchell Dunshie, I should say. And an interesting change for Auckland. They're going to bring on John Owen and also change at first 5. Mitch Hunt, he's in under 20. Will replace their captain, Simon Hickey.
My talented player, Mitch Hunt, Ben Matwejo, interesting character. Big fella, big Australian.
Crouch! Bind!
Well, look where George Moala's standing.
Sit!
Set to take it maybe at first receiver for Auckland. Hunt is trying to channel it in the back, and they give it to Moala. Hickey outside him. Well, he kicks deep. Johnny McNichol is back, and he returns fire. Simon Hickey stayed back. Now Piatau. Oh, kick's been charged. Having to go back and mop up was Piatau. Just manages to keep hold of the ball, and coming away with it, Jono Hickey. Away to Hunt. He offloads it to Ioane. Now Vissinia with the long kick. Well, and a player outside him, Lulangi Vissinia. Bryce Heem decided to kick, and now Auckland find themselves back in their own 22.
Yeah, that was a costly mistake, that kick.
Well, in the end, Simon Hickey, not much on, decides to bang it away at a touch, but I think that's just the one thing about Lulangi Vissinia's game, and we talked about it earlier on in the game, is that he's got so many skills. It's just that sometimes the decision-making, as Ben Matwejo comes on.
Well, if we look at the difference in the two teams for me today, the kicking game of Canterbury has been much better than the Auckland. And the decision on when to kick and how they kick, if they kick long, there's no contest, there's no line chase. They've given Canterbury a lot of time to plan an attack, whether it's kicking back or it's running the ball back. And Auckland they've certainly lost the kicking game battle today.
Cool, thanks. Right, time's on.
So two Australians coming out onto the field. Jono Owen, former Brumbies, Rebels and Reds. Matwejo played for the Force. Well, just for once, Canterbury, it all goes wrong, and then picked up in an offside position, so it's a penalty.
Charles Piatau will have to now wear the armband and make the decisions on whether they kick for goal or not.
What are we doing, boys? Charlie.
Well, it's interesting. Charlie Piatau, the captain, it looked like he was almost deferring to the bench there.
What do I do?
Yeah. Well, I see you bouncing away off Taylor and then picked up by Crotty.
He certainly was looking across the bench, but I can tell you that Jono Hickey ran up and grabbed the ball and said, I'm having a shot. So he was confident right from the whistle from Pollock, and well, we saw how well he kicked last week.
He's been kicking pretty well in both games, hasn't he, Jono Hickey? 75% success. And this one could close it up to just 3 points. Won't have any problem with the distance. He gives it a heck of a whack. That's another good kick.
Well, as you say in the game of rugby, you keep the scoreboard ticking over, and that's what they've done. They banked it. They backed themselves to get that, so it was an easy 3 points.
It cleared the bar by about 10 metres. So the restart from Moronga, and the gap has slowly closed. But Auckland, as they have done, cough up possession. Just as they get themselves back into the game, they put themselves under pressure. Todd carrying it forward. Drummond, away it goes to Whitelock. Canterbury just looking to reassert their dominance here off the back of an Auckland mistake.
Use it.
Drummond fires it away, and here is Ben Matwejo. Whitelock running strongly, put on the ground just 8 metres short of the line. Waiting for it is Bird. And referee plays advantage. Good carry from Bird. Prattley goes down holding his head. Todd waiting for it now. Hunt comes at him strong, and they look to hold him up. Put on the ground just a couple of metres short. Ripped away by Auckland, so they'll come back for the penalty.
Well, Sam Prattley went down in a heap there. Obviously not good.
And Mark Plummer, the physio, out there having a look.
tried to put a shot on one of the bigger players on the field, and Dominic Bird, and as you say, that's a stinger. He came off second best, but he's going to carry on. And you could see that Hunt tried to make up for the mistake of knocking it on from the kickoff, tried to hold it up. Thought that was a tough penalty, Craig.
Yeah, just not rolling away. Yeah, there we see crash of the heads. So possibly a stinger.
It's a fair, you got a fair point. You got a very fair point, which is...
Dominic Bird is a big man. You need to get a shoulder on. Try not to put your chin on him.
Carrying the ball effectively for Canterbury this afternoon. And Tom Taylor, well, easy opportunity here to stretch the lead back out to 6 points, and you really just have to go back to that error from the restart from Auckland.
Yeah, it started with the line out, sorry, the catch. I think Scrafton went up a little bit too early and he wasn't underneath the ball, so he tapped it back, and of course making the turnover, the knock on.
So Taylor with the penalty. Over it goes, and Canterbury lead again by 27-21.
Well, this is the 10 minutes of the game where Canterbury took total control in the first half. Let's see what happens in this next 10 minutes, because Auckland need to stay close.
Yeah.
So Hickey, in fact Hunt it was with the restart. Bird this time hit hard by Irie Hunt. I can tell you, Irie Hunt and Mitch Hunt are definitely not brothers. Ioane waits for it. This is Akira Ioane. Vesinia calling for it in field. Hunt moves it on to Heem, accelerates. Well, looking to clear it was Hickey. Got himself into a bit of trouble, but they were offside. Didn't roll away, in fact. And now they will look to drive the ball deep.
You've got to let him go first.
Maybe set up a scoring opportunity.
Well, that's where Auckland look dangerous. They need to get inside the 22. They've got some big ball carriers. And just build that pressure.
I just wonder, Craig, now that they know the danger of Moala, whether they now give the ball to someone like Rieko Ioane, using Moala as a dummy runner and giving it to Ioane, because you know how dangerous he is.
You can name a few of them, can't you? Both Ioane brothers. Hunt reminds me of a young Willie Luce from the Waitemata club.
John O'Hickey's gone into the line out here right at the front. I don't think he'll be the target. Scrafton, and well, they didn't have a halfback to pass it to. Ioane, though, has tidied up. No, knocked it on. Well, again, just those little errors. They tried a complicated move when a simple one might have been a good idea.
Yeah, no, quite right. It's been killing Auckland all day. Just the little, again, no one there to take the pass. Of course, Jono was in the line out. I think he was supposed to sweep around and take that ball, but a bit of confusion there. And of course, now Auckland.
Well, there's Mitchell Hunt. And there's Irie Hunt. So we've had a couple of Hickeys and a couple of Hunts and
Bind! Sit! Hold it, boys! Hold!
two Hunts on the field now. Auckland put in a big shove at scrum time, but it's there for Tom Taylor to clear deep, and this is going to go too far, I think. They'll keep it rolling. Well, it'll be a drop out from the 22. Not a bad result from Canterbury. Just played the field position game, the better of the two sides today.
Yes, and of course, Canterbury will be wanting to pin Auckland down here, close the game out. Auckland need to hang on to the ball. They look dangerous with ball in hand.
So Mitch Hunt, who was in the New Zealand under-20 side this year. Restart coming across. Dominic Bird called for it, and Rob Thompson in the end allowing him to take it. So Canterbury just looking to get the job finished off here. Mo'unga Away it goes to Fennell. Put on the ground. 6 minutes to play here at Eden Park. Auckland looking for their first win. Sorry, Canterbury looking for their first win here over Auckland in 4 years. A big tackle by Irie Hunt that set Canterbury back, but they've still got possession inside their own half. Crotty takes it up over the 10-metre mark. Now picked up by Hodgman. Drummond looks like he's going to play the 80. And away, quick hands to Fennell on the far side. Auckland trying to drag him into touch. Now Morna fires it away. Another big tackle coming in, this time from Hunt again. And a penalty.
Well, great pressure from Auckland. The spot tackler, obviously with Hunt firing in there, a few others have gone up for it. It's worked, it's paid dividends for them. Put some serious pressure on Tom Taylor there.
Well, now Auckland get a chance to get it right. So Hunt will drive it with the kick into the 22. And they'll have a line out about 18 metres from the corner. Here's the first hit from Irie Hunt. He liked it so much he went back for more.
Well, he read it beautifully, didn't he? Could see the players in front of and the man in behind. But on this line out, Tony, for me, they've got to drive at Auckland. No point trying to do something fancy.
Now Eklund will throw. And again, put the halfback in the front of the line out. They haven't secured possession. So they've had two really good opportunities and have messed them both up, Auckland. And Tom Taylor happy to bang it away into touch. And Auckland will go back about 35 metres out.
I'm sure if Paul Feeney had any hair at all, he'd be pulling it out right now, because that's two opportunities. They paid the penalty, they've gone for the line out, and they haven't managed to secure possession, which is a fundamental of the game of rugby.
A converted try in it. And again, the line-out's an absolute mess, although Carpick's come through and he's hacked the ball ahead. Osborne has it. Carpick's got him. Again, it's loose. Taylor trying to settle things down. Drummond tries to restore some order. They get it away to Morna, and he kicks out towards Charlie Piatau's wing. He takes it. And, well, looking for a quick throw. And Visinia, well, he's taken it. He's close to the touchline. He's into touch. Well, it was on, but Canterbury reacted well.
That's a sign when you don't have too much confidence in your forward pack. If you're the captain and you're on the wing, that you go for the quick throw here. Look at the work of Nickel getting across again, driving it close to the touchline. That's frustration for Auckland.
Yeah, we've just seen three line-outs where I don't think the Auckland team actually know what the call is, or the players involved in the line-out know what the call is. So it's the danger of bringing your reserves off the bench. They actually haven't spent time practicing it throughout the week.
So, Fennell, Canterbury have lost one now, and away comes Eklund, the hooker, with it. So Auckland get a chance now. Hunt moves it on. George Moala, he's the man who can break them open. Ioane. Crowd start to find their voice now. John O'Hickey urges the forwards to keep taking it ahead. Ioane again. Just 10 metres from the line. Auckland have a player out of action. It's Michael Fatialofa. Eklund goes in over the ball. Wide it goes to Owen. He's driven back in the tackle.
Use it!
Ioane waiting for it again. Pratley over the ball. Good leg drive. And a penalty. And this could be a yellow card.
Yeah, cynical play from Ben Fennell.
So Canterbury will have to play out the last minute. Auckland take the tap. Charles Piutau, just 5 metres from the line. Platley. Canterbury contesting possession on the ground, but it's there for Ioane. Siren's gone. So this is their last chance, right out in front of the post, Auckland. Well, there was a loose ball knocked away from Hickey, but Moala has kept it in the hands of Auckland. Now they look to get it wide. Rico Ioane just slipping as they come at him. Canterbury holding on desperately. Pratley takes it ahead into contact. And they're back in the shadows of the goalpost. Moala can't find a way through. Hickey squared, ball lost, game over. Canterbury hang on, and they win their first game at Eden Park in 4 years. Final score, Canterbury 27, Auckland 21. Thrilling finish. Auckland throwing everything at it, but Canterbury holding on.
Well, they say defence wins big games.
Let's go now down to the sideline, and Simon Hickey standing by with Willie.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. Well, Simon, your face pretty much tells it. These battles are always great, just not good enough at the end.
Yeah, I mean, we had our chance, didn't we? But we didn't capitalise, so that's footy.
How disappointing was that last 10 minutes of the first half where you allowed them to score 2 quick tries?
Yeah, I mean, I think we actually played some right footy in the first half, but when they turned the ball over and our kick chase had let us down and gave them some easy points, and that cost us.
Tough contest. Waikato next. How do you rebuild from this, and what positives do you take?
I think there's a few positives. We played some good rugby in patches, but we made a few too many mistakes and gave us some easy points, and then against a side like Canterbury, you're going to be struggling if you do that.
All right, mate. Have a good week.
Cheers.
So Auckland win it. Sorry, Canterbury win it. Canterbury 27, Auckland 21. So Canterbury hold out Auckland in the end to win by 27 points to 21. They get a bonus point too. Johnny McNichol, 2 tries, outstanding performance from him. Auckland came back at them towards the end, and a couple of penalties kept it close. And they do get a bonus point, but Canterbury get the win. So Auckland no longer undefeated. Canterbury 3 from 3. Let's hear from the Canterbury skipper, Luke Whitelock, with Willie.
Thanks, Tony. Well, congratulations, Luke. These matches between Auckland and Canterbury, it doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, it was a hell of a fight out there. It didn't go either way, and it was tit for tat, and Auckland really came back at us, and the boys did well. Good effort to keep them out.
You went into the break, obviously, 19 points to 8 ahead after scoring 2 quick tries in that last 10 minutes. What did you say to the team to make sure that they didn't lose momentum?
Yeah, it was important. We got a bit of momentum in that last sort of 5 minutes. Tempo was high, and we started getting those mismatches, and fatigue was sort of setting in.
What were you saying to the guys there in the last 10 minutes where you're holding on and the big defence coming in?
Oh, it was just about getting up and making a tackle, getting up again and again.
All right, mate. Well, the best of luck against Manawatu 2 on Thursday.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks, Luke.
Yeah, Scott Robertson will be happy with that one. 3 wins out of 3 for Canterbury, and as Willie said, Manawatu next Thursday, Auckland next Saturday against Waikato. As we take a look at stats, well, certainly you look at the stats, Auckland had plenty of opportunities, plenty of ball, but just not with the efficiency that we saw from the Canterbury team, Craig Dowd.
Yeah, just look at the number of breakdowns Auckland had. It means, they're close targets, and the amount of tackles that Canterbury had to make, 133 tackles. And Luke Whitelock just said it just then. They make the tackle, they get up again, they get up again, they get up again. And that just showed today in the way that Canterbury played that game. They weren't going to give up.
Well, we've just got time for our hometown hero before we go, and here's Willie with more.
Now it's time for the hometown hero, and we've got young TJ here, and he's presenting it to our man, Ofa Tuangafasi. Firstly, you can exchange the gifts there, fellas. Well done, TJ. Thanks for your contribution. And Ofa, well, it's not the result that you wanted, but you must have been pleased with the way that your guys came back.
Yeah, the boys stuck there till the end. You know, they showed a bit of tucker, which is what we talked about all week. But I'm sure we'll come back strong.
Obviously, Waikato next week as well, so it doesn't get any easier in this competition.
Yeah, it's always a good game against those guys, and sure that we'll take a lot of work on from today.
All right, mate. Well, commiserations on the game, but congratulations on being our hometown hero.
Cheers. Thanks, mate. Cheers, mate.
So Canterbury come away from Eden Park with a win I'm sure that they will very much enjoy. Final score here, 27, Auckland 21. And don't forget, Taranaki Otago coming up, the defending champions. They could do with a win against Otago, that game in New Plymouth. And that'll be followed by a game at 7:30. And, of course, don't forget tomorrow evening, the All Black announcement at 6:30 from Wellington.
The 2015 ITM Cup was proudly brought to you by the Tui Brewery,